Hi Dynamics family, Marianne here doing another vehicle video. Today we're actually going to talk about taking things personally. Now, I've had experiences over the last few days and maybe the last couple weeks too that has really brought this to my attention and what I've focused my attention on using Manifest. So I do have to talk about this a bit and see if you relate. I mean, have you taken things personally? I mean, the obvious answer is yes, you've taken something personal, because without even you realizing if you've taken it personally, like if you've internalized it at all, that's usually taking it personal. And if you've even taken that further and then processed it and then made yourself feel right or wrong because of it, that's even taking it to another level of taking things personal. Now, what you learn along the way, if you've done any of the self-improvement, self-empowerment stuff, is you are not responsible for what other people say, do, think, actions, like all of that stuff, that everyone is responsible for their own self. Now, I get, before you say, okay, well, what about babies? What about this? We're not talking about that. We're talking about those that are conscious in their thoughts, those that can walk and talk and think and all that stuff on their own without the assistance of someone else. But you know what? That goes into different realms. So forget that definition, but it's for the people that can understand this right now. So, taking things personal. Again, there is so much that you can take personal. You could be watching a TV show and someone on there says something and then you just take it personal. Like, I don't agree with what that person says. I don't agree what's going on here. I don't do this. I don't do that. Like, and then you get all riled up because you've taken what someone else has said, done, their point of view, their opinion, and then taken it personal and then reacted, and then it just snowballed from there. When you're talking about taking things personal, how does that feel? Like when you take things personal and you have some kind of reaction, how does that feel in your body? Like, how does that feel? Like, are you reacting and so it's tense in your body? Do you get red in the face? Do you get loud in your voice? Do you internalize it and make yourself wrong because of it? Okay, so the example that I'm going to use is with a family member that has the opportunity now to tutor and teach other people. And what about when the students act up? What happens then? Do you take that personal? Did this family member take it personal? Yeah. Yes, they did. And that's okay, because you know what? You have to learn when you're first starting. And I don't know, maybe even people that have been at it for many years, just learn how to take other people's actions and what do you want to do with it. Like, the wellness and well-being is yours all the time if you want it. However, if you do take things personal, how are you taking things personal? What are you doing with it? Again, how are you reacting? How is it affecting your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit and your health? Your mental, emotional, spiritual health, when you're taking things personal from what other people are either saying, doing, acting out, whatever it may be. And then you're like, okay, well, in the case of this family member, it was like, okay, well, this is my student, so am I not then responsible for them? Well, yes and no, but you can't control what everyone is going to do. You can't control what everyone's going to say. You can't control how everyone's going to act. But here's a little thing on a side note, like attracts like, law of attraction. People do not always like that law when it's not always in their favor, when it means that they have to take responsibility for what they're attracting. So one thing is, if you're having this happen to you, events, situations, whatever it might be, and you're taking it personal, well, just understand that you have co-created that on some level. Because again, law of attraction will not bring you something that is not some part of you, or some opinion you might have, or some thoughts, or something in that realm of you. So again, it's a co-creation. Wherever and however it is in you, you've attracted it to you. And so you are given the opportunity at that point, how do you want to deal with it? Again, do you want to take it personal? Do you want to just go, thanks for the clarity? Or do you want to just go, hey, this came into my life for a reason, pay attention? Do you want to just react to it and get all upset and cranky and again get yourself all out of balance? Do you want to go, oh, okay, well, I did this, I was part of this, okay, all right, so something in that is in me, so what is this really about? If you want to go to that depth, do you? I don't know, it's up to you. It's whatever serves you best. This is a vehicle video that is here to bring certain subjects to the forefront, to go, hey, you do have a choice here. You are not a victim. You do have a choice. It's not just happening to you. You do have a choice. So that is your choice. Do you take things personal? And how does that affect you if you do? Or do you just go, hey, I have a choice here in how I'm going to deal with this, and this is how I want to deal with it in this situation. And the more you become aware of, you are taking things personal, then when you're out of that realm, not in the middle of, I'm in the middle of taking this personal or whatever. If you can talk to yourself that way and be that conscious, perfect. But if you can't and you have to wait and reflect on it later, goes, okay, did I take that personal? Is there a different way I could have dealt with that to make myself feel a little bit better, to make the situation feel a little bit better? You control your destiny. You control what is manifested and shows up in your life. Again, not too many people want to hear that, and sorry about that, but it is a co-creative process. You are co-creating with everything. So, again, just ask yourself the next time, do I want to take this personal or not? It's up to you. So, again, till we see each other next time, you can write in the comments about what you might have taken personal, how you've got over it, or how that works in your life and how you deal with things. Instead of taking it personal, how do you deal with things? And then how, if you are taking it personal, how has it affected, how does it affect your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, all of that stuff? And then if it continues, what have you manifested, health-wise too, perhaps? Okay, just remember, everyone is responsible for themselves. For as much as you want to think that you can control another, you can't. Just like they can't control you. They can't control that. They try to, and sometimes they would do to some degree, but just remember, you don't have to take things personal. Everyone has their own choices, their own life, and they get to live it, and so do you. So until we see each other again, thanks for listening to this vehicle video, and we'll chat soon. Bye.